Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brian, and welcome back to our Buccaneers franchise here inside of Madden NFL 25. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but we're back here in the franchise. I want to get this going. I know it's already the 21st of September, or almost September, December as I'm recording this. So hopefully it'll be out before Christmas, and actually it should be out before Christmas. But that being said, the season's moving right along in real life. We're almost in line with it, but we obviously are back in week 15, so we're about a week off. But today, we're going to try and catch up a little bit so we can get this thing going before the year's end, the calendar year end, and just so we can, hopefully continue to build up this roster and this team, because I really want to do it. So, and I want to get it going, because otherwise we're going to be here for a while. But anyways, so last time we left off, we had just faced the Carolina Panthers. We watched the game. We won, as you can see, 33 to 18. I then decided to skip ahead a week to face the Las Vegas Raiders because I figured that team was 2-10, so we didn't really need to pay attention to it as much because the team, obviously is losing record, and we're still trying to fight for our division and the playoffs. And unfortunately, through simming the game against the Raiders, we ended up losing 21-7. And I'm still puzzled even to this day of why the heck that happened. Sometimes I know the sim can be weird in this game and not make a whole lot of sense. And obviously there could be such thing as trap games. And it obviously is kind of frustrating because obviously we want to get this team to the playoffs hopefully this season. Obviously it's only year one, so it's not technically that big of a deal. We don't necessarily want to finish everything all in one year. It would be kind of nice, but at the end of the day, it goes how it goes. So yeah, losing to the Raiders sucks, especially at home too. But we just skipped here to week 15 against the Chargers, and obviously we have 4 weeks left in this save, even though we're on to 3 weeks now in real life. Buccaneers currently play the Cowboys tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football, but and obviously in the real life they won this game, this LA game against the Chargers, and they're still in the driver's seat for the NFC South and whatnot. But real life aside, we now have a bit of a predicament here, and that is because we essentially need to win out and hope Atlanta screws up one of their next couple games, because they're still ahead of us in the division, and we are on the outside looking in still in the playoffs, because Washington, the Commanders, are 7-6 as well, but they're the number 7 seed. So we either need to hope that the Commanders lose some of their games, or and also the Rams don't do anything, or the Seahawks, or the Niners even, because if we want to get that last wildcard spot, heck, even win our division, we need to start winning and need to hope other teams lose. So we need more help. We don't control our own destiny in this save like the Buccaneers do in real life. So yeah, that'll be our next challenge over the next couple weeks. And I've been trying to think of how I want to do this over, how I wanted to do this episode, which is partially why it's taking me so long to record it. It's just trying how to move forward with this series and how to just end year one, while also making sure we're doing things right and not just kind of simming through every single game. So obviously, like I said, we have 4 weeks left. This would be a lot easier if we only had like 3 or 2 even. But I thought about doing 2 games in this episode, both the Chargers and the Cowboys. And the only reason I say that is because obviously every game matters at this point. However, that being said, I guess the Chargers would probably be a better game to do anyways because they have a winning record. But again, I said the same thing last episode about the Raiders, and we ended up losing. So then again, the Panthers game would be important only because it's a division game, where our division, as you can see, is kind of a mess. And then our last game of the year, I believe, is against the Saints, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly check that real quickly. I'm pretty sure it's New Orleans. Let's quickly check that. And it is at New Orleans. So these last 2 games are also just as critical. Maybe not the Carolina one as much, but for sure the next 2 are critical, or the next 4 are critical games. So, and obviously, like I said, I want to get the series on the roll because obviously we're about halfway through the whole Madden cycle and whatnot. Not that I'm paying much attention to that or anything, but I know that this game is currently out now, and in trying to keep with you know, what people are watching nowadays for Madden, just trying to stay on top of it. I also just want to get this going so I don't forget about it and push it off like I did the last couple times. Obviously life happens, so that's just some things are out of my control, but I'm sure you'll understand what I'm saying, especially from if any of you out there are your own are content creators as well. So honestly, that being said, I think what today's plan is what we're gonna do is we're gonna play through this game against the Chargers, and we're also gonna maybe watch the Cowboys game as well. Now this depends I would say it depends on how long the video is or whatnot, but we might just honestly have to do 2 long episodes, which I'm sure you guys might enjoy it. But we'll do it this episode with 2 games, and then probably next episode with 2 games as well with the Panthers and the Saints, because those games obviously could determine our playoff spot. However, if the Falcons, let's be a little strategic about this. So if the Falcons win, so honestly, if we lose this game against the Chargers, then and the Falcons win, I might consider just skipping the rest of the season and just skipping to the off season. However, I won't do that. Like if we hit 9 losses, then I'll definitely skip. So I guess well, in that case, then I guess we'll just go with that first plan. Plan A, we'll call it for right now, and that is to watch the Chargers game, and then however this game goes, if we win, great. We'll watch the Cowboys game. Even if we lose this one, I might still watch the Cowboys game, just because if we hit 9 losses for whatever reason, I don't think we will. But if we do, then next episode we can just or at the end of this one, we can just skip through the next 2 division games, potentially, and then just get right into the off season, or not the off season, but the playoffs. I guess we wouldn't be in the playoffs, but you get what I mean. So the end of the regular season. But for now, let's just hop into this and let's get right into these games. Obviously, we have to do a couple things here on the side, but yeah, I'll do these over here quickly, and then we'll get right into these games. So yeah, let's start this here, but let's upgrade some players. I'm trying to think of who we have to upgrade here. Let's find out. We got Zion McCollum and JJ Russell. Care a little bit more about McCollum than I do Russell, so we'll put zone on McCollum. Doesn't upgrade his overall at all, but it gives him a nice 77 overall zone. Could have probably done slot. That would have actually given him more upgrades, but he obviously is a star, which does help. He's only 25 years old. One of our fast developing young corners, which is great. Obviously, losing Carlton Davis in the offseason, the Buccaneers did last offseason, doesn't help. Plus this guy, 93 speed, 95 excel, pretty fast, and obviously, like I said, developing to help our secondary, which is very young and inexperienced compared to other teams around the league. Alrighty, so now we're going to move on to the game plan for this week. Obviously, we're facing Justin Herbert. And like I said, the Buccaneers already faced this team in real life, so this feels a little weird to do. But we're just going to obviously throw it at medium, and then defensive game plan just to contain a QB scramble. Not that he's going to be doing that a whole lot, but there you go. Plus, we have our rookies here, Tyke Smith, Bucky Irving, and Graham Barton. I kind of want to do these mini games, and I might do these real quickly, and then we'll just get hopefully right into the game. So I'll be right back when I just finish these up real quickly. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, so I've now done all of the mini games and whatnot. So here, let's check out our next group of players to get upgrades. And oh boy, we got a big list here. To start off with, we'll do Jose Ramirez. He's kind of just a depth player at this point, so we'll put it on power rusher for him. Hope to develop him potentially as a good just backup. He's got a decent solid base here, 81 speed, 82 hit power, 91 acceleration, so pretty fast. Fortunately, his block shedding needs some work. His zone coverage is not great, but it's not really great if you're a linebacker anyways. But he's definitely young, definitely can develop, so we'll work on that with him. Then we'll do Tyke Smith next then here. Rookie out of Georgia, who's doing pretty well in real life. Put it on hybrid, now he's a 70, makes him a 74 overall. Got a nice upgrade to tackle and zone coverage, so now it's decent tackle. 73, I mean it was under 70 before, so it's a good upgrade. 85 hit power, 90 speed, 92 excel, so very solid starting. Rookie safety as well. Only has 81 snaps, but of course, because you start on the Since we're starting on the 1 star point, it like kind of just doesn't progress the hidden developments for some reason. But Bucky Irving's the same way. He's on elusive back. Let's put receiving back on him. I know he's already 70. He's still 78 overall, so still back up behind White, but it's fine. We got awareness and whatnot. 87 speed, another good solid starting numbers for Bucky Irving, who's having himself. He's actually currently the leading rusher, I believe, for rookies. And then last but not least, the man himself, Antoine Winfield Jr. Almost didn't work for a second there. But on hybrid, because that helps the scheme, he's now a 94 overall. Superstar X Factor. Nice add to awareness as well. And zone coverage. He just got himself a contract extension, the 3rd best safety, or free safety at least, in the entire game. And yeah, honestly, one of the best players in the game just in general in real life. He's had a little bit of injury issues recently, but that's about it from what I remember. So, but yeah, with that all said, let's jump right into this game, and I will see you guys once we are there. Alrighty, here now we are inside of the great SoFi Stadium here in Los Angeles. We're not going to be listening to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. I will be your commentator, just like last episode. And yeah, let's just jump right into this again. The Chargers, a little bit about them, obviously based on this off of real life stats. They're actually fighting for a playoff spot at the moment. Obviously in the game here, they have a 7-6 record, so they're just above us, above 500. And now we're going to be trying to take them down so we can get ourselves a playoff spot. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so Chase McLaughlin going to kick this on off now, and we will start. Well, they will start with the ball, rather. Decent return up to the 30-yard line. So out will come the Chargers offense led by Justin Herbert. Obviously the quarterback out of Oregon. A little bit of a glitch there in the wall. It's kind of weird. Haven't seen that before. Obviously Justin Herbert, Offensive Rookie of the Year in his rookie season, so 2020. Arguably should have gone to Justin Jefferson, but that's just my opinion. Here he's going to hand off. No, he's going to do play action first. And he's instead going to be taken down. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka with the sack. And that'll be a loss of 5 yards on the first play from scrimmage. So 2nd and 15 now already for LA. Gonna hand off to the left to Dobbins, and Dobbins gonna get it up to a little bit of that back. And there's some of our notable injuries for our team. At least we got obviously Chris Godwin out for the rest of the season with a, I believe it's a hamstring injury. Or no, I think it's an ACL injury. That happened against the Ravens a couple earlier weeks. Here goes Palmer. Josh Palmer getting the catch there. Stopped by Jamel Dean. That already brings up a 4th down, as they were unable to convert a long third down conversion, obviously. So the punt will happen here for the Chargers first, and then we'll get it a fair catch signal for by Trey Palmer. On the other side of things. And here comes our offense out on the field for the first time, just like that. Obviously, we're still led by quarterback Baker Mayfield. We won't watch this scene every time. I just want to do it a couple times here at the start. But Mayfield's having himself a pretty great season. 11 interceptions is not great, but not bad for this point in the year. Still putting up roughly MVP-like numbers. Not nearly as much as like Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen, but still respectable numbers. As Mayfield going to look to throw, finds Sterling Shepard for a nice gain of 9, getting up to about the 30 as after we started at our own, I believe it was like the 21-yard line. So 2nd and 1, 2nd and short here. Palmer going to be motioned outside here. Mayfield going to take the snap, going to throw downfield for Evans, and Mike Evans trying to go over the shoulder, cannot hang on. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. So we got Rachaad White in the backfield. Looks like it might be a run play. Here goes motioning Palmer to the left. And Mayfield's still going to throw it. Gets hit as he throws, but finds Cade Otton. And Otton will get the forward progress and enough for a 1st down. And that's the nice thing this season is we got a lot of playmakers on this squad. We got Trey Palmer. Even without Chris Godwin, we got Trey Palmer. We got Rachaad White here who's going to push himself forward for 7. And obviously Bucky Irving as well. So nice running back duo. Technically trio if you consider the third stringer Sean Tucker from University of Syracuse, or Syracuse University. Here goes White again up the middle, and he's got a first down, I should say that. And obviously Baker Mayfield himself being a very excellent signal caller so far this year, like I said. Probably some of the best football of his career to this point. Here goes White up the middle again, and he only gets a yard this time. But obviously we also got our tight end, Cade Otton. There's a lot to love on this with this Buccaneers offense here. Here goes Mayfield, throws outside to Sterling Shepard. And Sterling Shepard will get all the way up to the 30 inside of Chargers territory. And we are cruising down the field here on our opening drive. Obviously after the Chargers went 3 and out just moments ago. But yeah, Mayfield hooking up with his old wideout when they were both at the University of Oklahoma. Sterling Shepard, who just joined this team I think this past offseason, if I'm not mistaken. White in the backfield. No, it's going to be play action. And Mayfield going to get out to Otton somehow. And what looked like going to be a loss of 4 ended up being a gain of 2. So that's the other thing that Mayfield's been able to do successful this all year, is just improvise plays. And that's unfortunately going to knock off the back of Luke Gedeke. Mayfield trying to get a pass out there. And I do apologize. I only know of very few of these Chargers players' names, so if I know one, I'll say it. Here goes Mayfield taken down, and that's one I know for sure. Khalil Mack with the sack. And Mayfield will have his first sack of the game, and that'll bring up a 4th and 19. And Khalil Mack. I didn't mean for that to rhyme earlier, by the way. But he gets the sack, takes Mayfield down here. Mack obviously turning into his old self from the looks of it, from back when he was a Chicago Bear as well as an Oakland Raider. He's been in the league a long time, that's for sure. So McLaughlin is going to kick a long one here, or attempt a long one. And it's going to go up, and it's going to be no good. Fortunately, it looks like it's just to the left. That's a pretty long, unless it was just short. Nope, just to the left. It had the distance. So even technically indoors, we're not technically indoors entirely, but still misses just a little bit to the left. Justin Herbert now going to come out for their second drive of the game. Looking good here in the pocket. Going to fire downfield. Wide open. Completed pass to, I believe it's Will Dissly, the tight end. Winfield in the area as well, but just unable to do anything as Dissly found himself wide open. Looked like we were in some type of zone coverage, and obviously it did not work. And that's the one thing about the Buccaneers defense, at least I've noticed this season in real life, is just the secondary's just been really not so great. The run defense has been okay, but Dobbins able to find a hole there and get it from another first down for this drive. So the Chargers able to take advantage of a missed field goal here so far. Here goes a nice run for Dobbins again. This time we see it coming, and he's taken down. Excuse me. Taken down at the 12-yard line. So 2nd and 10 then now from the 12. Herbert play action pass, and he's going to be taken down by Kalijah Kancey. Second-year player out of the University of Pittsburgh. So rookie last season on the defensive line, huge sack. Definitely needed to keep our, the Chargers out of the end zone here. Herbert goes backwards almost for, I believe it's rookie Ladd McConkey. It is. And Zion McCollum is back there ready for the screen pass. So excellent job by our defense here to get us a field goal attempt here for the Chargers. A lot more doable than our attempt, unfortunately. So we'll see how this goes. And they make it. 3-0 lead for LA. So we've each had a drive. We've each attempted to score. That was the Chargers' second drive, so here will come our second drive. So here comes out the Rachaad White in our offense again. Here's the running back receiving touchdown leaders. Obviously, Rachaad White has 4 receiving touchdowns, in addition to his 4, I believe, on the ground, or however many he has on the ground as well. So definitely able to be used in both the ground and the pass, sectors. And there's another run by White up the middle for 3 yards. So now we got to try and respond to LA's field goal. Mayfield looks to throw, pocket collapsing, throws, middle of the field, caught by Trey Palmer for a nice first down. That's the nice thing about Palmer is because of his smaller size, able to fit into smaller windows, and he has speed as well. So hopefully you take advantage of that at some point. Here goes White shaking off tackles. Just stopped short of the first down marker, but another, like I said, great year so far for Rachaad White. Definitely solidifying himself as a true starter. And that'll be the end of the first quarter already, just like that. Chargers lead 3-0 to start this game. So now we're going to see if we can continue this drive we're on now and get ourselves some points and put it on the board. So now second quarter starting here. Mayfield going to hand off to Rachaad White, and he's just stopped short again. I thought he got the first down here. Obviously from up here in the booth, it looks like he did, but obviously the refs down in the field say otherwise. 3rd and inches for Mayfield. Going to throw short, and that's going to be caught by Sterling Shepard. So he's definitely seeing a lot of action here in this first half. As probably Mike Evans has been double covered up until this point. Mayfield to throw again. Up on the slant route to Trey Palmer. And Palmer's going to have a nice gain of 9 on that catch. So again, we're having a little bit of momentum here. White in the backfield. No, Mayfield's going to do a screen pass, and ours will work this time to Mike Evans himself for a nice Buccaneers first down. So nice White in the backfield motion. Mayfield to throw up to Mike Evans, or Sterling Shepard, but he's not looking for it. Fortunately, going to miss. Chargers defense playing pretty well in the pass game, at least so far. Mayfield pocket collapsing, getting chased by Mack. Throws it this time to Sterling Shepard, who does make the catch. Brings up 3rd down and 6. So Mayfield now 3rd and 6 looming here. Throws and almost could have been intercepted, but knocked away by Joey Bosa, trying to get it to Trey Palmer. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 6. And we will attempt a field goal ourselves here, going a little bit conservative at the start of this game. Glockman's already missed 1. But this one should do it. This one should be all right. And he does make it. And that means we now have a tied ball game here, 3-3. All right, and Justin Herbert now with his offense back on the field, ready to take their next drive. Dobbins, the handoff, gets stopped at the 27, gain of 2. Defense needs to play well if we want to stay in this race for the division and the playoffs. Done a pretty good job today so far here, but here goes Herbert again, getting pressured. Gets it out though, and does get the completion made. And for another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 here. Herbert throws middle of the field, wide open, completes to Joshua Palmer, who's been on this Chargers squad for a few years now, I believe. I think they drafted him, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. So any Chargers fans watching this, I apologize. But yeah, the Chargers now moving their way down the field almost effortlessly. Herbert again to throw, dumps it off. And to Will Dissly, I believe. Yep, and only gets a gain of 6. So running back in the backfield, gonna fake handoff, play action, pass, throws upfield for Quentin Johnston, and he ends up getting a gain of 2. Johnston, obviously, sophomore player out of, I believe, TCU from last season. There goes Dobbins up the middle for, almost a first down, but they call it short. Side judges are calling it short. We'll see if he got it here according to replay. I don't think he did. So it looks like the Chargers are going to go for a field goal here. Attempt at least, and he will get it. Wow. Decently long field goal attempt here for Cameron Dicker. And that'll be good. So now as our offense comes out here again after the Chargers scored a field goal, we see the passing touchdown leaders. Mayfield currently sitting in third place in that department, or in that list. So let's see if he can add on to that today or not. Mayfield looking to throw, steps up, just going to take off, and he's going to slide down after getting 5. That's another factor, I think, of Mayfield's playing style that's been hard to stop this year is his scramble ability. Here goes Mayfield, throws over the middle. That's caught by Sterling Shepard. He's got 2 men to beat, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Sterling Shepard making the catch, and that is going to be at least a 60-yard touchdown run, or catch and run. What a play. And a connection between Mayfield and Shepard. The old Oklahoma quarterback wide receiver duo back at it. McLaughlin's going to do the extra point here, and just like that, we now put ourselves ahead again here, or for the first time this game, with a touchdown score. So Herbert and the Chargers here back out for their second drive. I missed that first play. I was looking at something on my phone. And Dobbins just dropped the pass. Don't see that every day. I mean, it's realistic. It can happen for sure, but that's I've never seen that. You don't see that very often. 3rd and inches here. Hand off to Dobbins, and this time he will get the first down. Much better carrying the ball. I guess they figured out. But yeah, I've not seen that a whole lot. It does happen. Like, obviously it's real life. Or it's like real life in that way. But Herbert going to throw over the middle. Dangerous throws. A couple of defenders there in the way. But he gets it to Josh Palmer. And does get a gain of 8. As we're quickly approaching the 2-minute warning. I forgot how fast these games are because of the amount of time I have set for them. Here goes Dobbins. And he's going to go nowhere. Pushed back to the 47-yard line by KJ Britt. And some other of our linebackers / edge rushers. So 3rd and 3 coming up here for LA. Just passing the 2-minute warning as well. Herbert throws and completed pass made. Once again, they're going to go no huddle. 1st and 10, Herbert. Pocket collapsing, throws, and almost intercepted by Yaya Diaby. 2nd-year linebacker out of Louisville. But unfortunately, just couldn't hold on. 2nd and 10. Obviously, that stopped the clock as well. Herbert over the middle. That's caught by Quentin Johnston, and he has himself a touchdown. And just like that, the Chargers will take the lead back. Right before halftime here. With a pass play connection from Herbert to Johnston. And that's very few touchdowns caught by Johnston, at least from what I can, recall. Just, I mean, based on the guy, how the guy has played in real life. Kind of struggled his rookie season with a lot of drops. Yeah, the Chargers now lead us 13-10. Right before half. We'll see if we can make something happen after we get back. So we're back here on offense. We have 1:30 left. See if we can do something here. Mayfield throws. Complete to Evans on the... What? They called that out of bounds, though. Are you kidding me? I thought he caught that in bounds. Maybe he had 1 foot out. Actually, he might have had 1 foot out. I take that back. That actually probably was right. So, fortunately, it's a miss there. Evans going to go in motion this time. Mayfield going to throw the... Attempt to throw and gets taken down by Khalil Mack. Loses the football. And the Chargers have it. It's going to be picked up by Joey Bosa. And, oh, this could not have been a worse way to end the half. Mayfield trying to run with the ball. Khalil Mack strips it free. And Bosa coming from behind off his block. Or off his, off his lineman and picking up the ball. And just like that, the Chargers are coming back on the field here with 1:21 left to try and extend their lead here right before the half. Herbert again to throw. Getting chased. Gets hit as he throws, but still gets it out to Dobbins. And they already have it just like that inside the 11. And they'll take their first time out here. Jim Harbaugh going to call his first time out of the half. So very, very close game, all things considered. But we need to play a lot better than this if we're going to try and fight for a playoff spot. So here goes Herbert again. Throws incomplete. Looking for Dobbins, I think. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing there, but our secondary was quick to get to him. Stop that from happening. So Herbert now under center with Dobbins in the backfield. Going to take the snap. Going to throw. It's going to knock it away. I believe either it was Tyke Smith or somebody up in the line and knocked it away, or maybe it bounced off one of the linemen's backs again. Herbert again to throw. Throws down short to Palmer, and Palmer's going to be just short of the first, but stopped on the 1 yard line. And they're going to go for a chip shot field goal, but I mean, could easily go for a touchdown as well, but I think obviously the safer option is just go field goal. And so it should be a chip shot, and it is. So just like that, the Chargers don't take complete advantage of our mistake, but they do get some points out of it. So that's a thing. All right, so now on our probably what might be the last drive of the half. Try and add on to this lead, or try and come back here as Mayfield throws a nice sideline sort of pass to Trey Palmer. But yeah, that last drive is one we probably like to forget about. But White's going to be in the backfield now. Mayfield to throw. Great protection, and it's going to be almost intercepted by Derwin James. So, got to be careful on that one. Mayfield throwing a little too low. Here he goes again to throw in the middle. That's Mike Evans. And we'll take our second timeout of the half. I'm not sure when we used our first exactly, but we only have 2 now, or 1 left now. There goes Mayfield again. It's taken off. Not sure why, but he's going to be taken down again by Bosa. Or this time by Bosa. 34 seconds left. We got to get into field goal range at least to keep us a close 3-point game again. Mayfield going to roll out. Throws on the run to Rachaad White. And White's going to get up to the 40. Got to go no huddle. More than likely. We're just outside of, or not quite in the field goal range yet. Mayfield just slings it to Shepard, and Shepard's going to not able to get it because it's knocked away by Molden. So this is a slight predicament as we all will be punting away because it's 4th and 14. So that was honestly not the greatest way to end the half. Down by 6 currently, but honestly, it could be a lot worse. I'll just put it that way. So yeah, I guess we'll just maybe take a look around the league here real quickly to see what's going on. Not sure why it's so dark, but let's find out the Commanders and the Saints here. Looks like the Commanders are winning 17-15. So somebody got a safety in there. I think the Saints must have. So that's a little interesting. Actually, that's the final score too. So the Saints lose 17-15. Well, more like the Commanders win. Broncos facing the Indianapolis Colts. Second quarter, Broncos are crushing the Colts, 21-7 currently. Bo Nix continuing his Rookie of the Year campaign, it looks like. And the Panthers at the Cowboys at the Panthers, and the Panthers win. So that means the Cowboys are 5-9, which only means that next week, depending on how this game goes, might be interesting. We'll have to see. But yeah, Mayfield just making a huge touchdown pass there to Sterling Shepard was about the only major exciting thing we had happen. Which is probably the only reason why they showed it. But hopefully this next half brings us better luck. It's down by 6 at the half. Let's try and have a second half comeback if we can. So Mayfield now 1st and 10. Throws to Otten, and Otten can't get upfield any further, so we'll just get out to the 33, so we gain of 6. So got to be smart with the play calling and smart with the football, honestly. Rashad White takes the carry, pushes through, and does get another first down to move the chains. Another first down here then. White in the backfield again. He's going to get the carry this time again. Can't outrun Derwin James, but does get a gain of 4. So making slow progress progress down the field as usual. And Mayfield going to take the snap. This time to throw outside to Otten again, and this time he has another first down. As we'll continue this drive out of the second half. Hopefully we had a brief talk at halftime. No, it wasn't a very long halftime, but just how the game works, unfortunately. Rashad White takes the carry, but ends up losing a yard. Stopped at the 46. So Mayfield now looking to try and come up with something else here. We're going to switch the side on the other side. Mike Evans also now on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to move to that side as well. And Mayfield going to look to throw deep down the field, and that's almost caught by Sterling Shepard, but couldn't hold on. Would have been another epic potential play made. But here goes Mayfield again to try again. Going to step up. I would honestly just run it, and he will, and gets slide down, but not before he crosses for another to move the chains. As he gives a little bit of smack talk there to Khalil Mack, as he was able to, scramble, and 2 Chargers players took themselves out as well. And here goes Mayfield again. Sterling Shepard again in motion. Throws this time to Sterling again, but he can't hold on. So now there's been a couple moments now where Mayfield's tried to target Shepard and hasn't been able to hold on, as Rashad White gets up the middle for a gain of about 2. So not bad. Now 3rd and 6 coming up here. And a little bit of movement there up front. And they're going to call a false start. I think it's going to be on either Gedeke or Wirfs. They didn't say who, so it looked like from up here the tackles both moved at the same time. So now 3rd and 11, so 3rd and pretty long. Mayfield to throw. Chased, but gets it out in time to Otten, and Otten has it upfield for another first down. So Cade Otten making plays for us right when we need it. With just under 5:45 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Rashad White tries to go forward, but gets stuffed just at the line of scrimmage. So no gain. So this time White's in the backfield. Gonna motion Palmer to the right. And Mayfield gonna take the snap. Throws upfield for Otten, and Otten will hold on. Or no, he won't hold on. He'll drop it, unfortunately. It looked like he was going to, but then I think he dropped it right as he came down. It's 3rd and 10 now. Mayfield, you Gotta have this one. Field goal's not terrible, but a touchdown's so much better. Throws, middle of the field, wide open, Palmer, and he will score. So another great play made by Mayfield, and Palmer able to get open. You love to see it. And now we just took the lead back 17-16. Drive took about half of the third quarter. So let's see what we can do next. Herbert now with his offense back on the field here. Play action pass. Throws to McConkey, and McConkey will get stopped at the 38-yard line. 2nd and 1 here. And here goes Herbert again. Play action pass. Throws to McConkey again. And this time they'll have a first down after a short gain. So Herbert seems to go a little bit of what do you call it, dink and dunk. Which is short passes, blitz up the middle by Diaby, and Diaby will take him down. Huge play from the second-year player, like I said, out of Louisville. An up-and-coming star, Yaya Diaby, making the play, getting Herbert to the ground as quick as possible. Coming unblocked. Also apologize to my listeners if you just had a little bit of, ear damage from my yell there. Microphone levels might look like they were going pretty wild on my end, so try and edit that down in editing, but if I forget to, I sincerely apologize. So 3rd and 15 here. Herbert throws and almost intercepted by Zion McCollum, and that could have been taken away for 6 as well. So the Chargers will go 3 and out once again. All right, now back out here on offense. 1st and 10 from our own 27. Play action pass. Mayfield out to Otten. And Cade Otten will get up to the 27. So that's a gain of 1, but he technically didn't move. So just past the line of scrimmage, in other words. Mayfield again to throw. Drops back, throws Rachaad White. And Rachaad White will have a gain of 4. Up to the 32-yard line. Although technically a gain of 5. So Mayfield again throws in the middle of the field. There's Mike Evans with the huge catch and first down for Tampa Bay. As Mayfield continues to, he proves to just be an ageless wonder. As he has just, honestly, he's been very consistent throughout his entire career. And obviously continues to show that he's one of the best receivers to play the game. Here goes Mayfield again. Throw. This time complete to Sterling Shepard. As Mayfield just cracks 250 through the air. 2nd and 2 here. 40 seconds left in the 3rd. White in the backfield. Handoff to White. And White will just be short of a first. Just by probably the nose of the football. So this should be an easy first down potential here. Throw it out to Palmer. And Palmer's going to almost shake off the tackle, but right as time expires in the 3rd, it'll bring up 4th down. So we enter the 4th quarter with a difficult decision to make here if you're Todd Bowles, or just in general. And we're going to keep the offense out there. 4th and 4 here. Mayfield takes the snap. Avoids the pressure. Gets chased. And scrambles for the first and gets down as well before losing the football potentially. So saves the drive. Mayfield again dropping back a little. Throws Otten. No, incomplete. Otten looked like he had a hand on it for a moment. But Henley said, got there and basically denied him the catch. White up the middle, and White's gonna get 4 yards, or about 4 yards on that carry. So offensive line's been playing very solid all game. A couple of miscues here and there, but nothing too major. Mayfield gets it out in time to White, and that'll bring up another 4th and 4. So will we choose to go for? I would probably choose to go for it again, but don't want to try your luck twice, and we do not. So we'll elect to take the field goal here to make it a 4-point game potentially. McLaughlin's already missed from a decent distance, and there's a flag down as well. He makes the field goal. But what's the flag? And roughing the kicker is the call, which means it is an automatic first down. Chargers got to be a little more disciplined in that, and I'm sure Coach Harbaugh is probably furious inside from letting up a easy mistake like that. Mayfield going to look to throw again. Mike Evans, no, he's going to throw it to Otten, who is wide open for the score. Touchdown pass number 3 for Baker Mayfield on the afternoon. And we're just going to add on to our lead instead. Obviously, instead of adding on 3, we'll add on 6. Thanks to tight end Cade Otten. And obviously, McLaughlin here for the point after, but starting to... Oh, and another flag. A little bit of aggression here from the Chargers. Probably just a little bit of disciplinary issues. But that'll obviously, the point attempt's good regardless, but just moves where the ball is on the kickoff. But yeah, we're up now by 8 rather than 3. So the ball will be kicked off at midfield because of the penalty, and it'll just go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Chargers will get it to 30, which I almost feel like you want that anyways, because if you like return it at like the 20, potentially you could be stopped before the 30. So in other words, this kind of helps them a little bit. But as you can see, Herbert's been pretty all right today, but had a little trouble with sacks. Not too terribly bad, but not great either. He's been sacked a few times for sure. As he takes the field again here with handing off to Dobbins, who was stopped right away. Kalijah Cansey, another play made by, as I said before, the second-year pro out of Pittsburgh. That we've drafted in the first round a couple years ago. 23. Here goes Dobbins outside. Looked like a huge play coming up there, but stopped luckily by Winfield. Brings up 3rd and 6. So just over 7 minutes left here. Herbert looking to throw. Middle of the field, almost intercepted or knocked away by another ageless wonder on this Buccaneers roster, that being Levante David. He's been a Buccaneer his entire career and has been making plays just like that for a long time. Chargers will punt this one away again. Fair catch will be called for at the 19-yard line. So Mayfield on the season, 31 touchdown passes, 3,500 yards. Fairly good completion percentage. He's been playing pretty well for getting up there in age. He's almost 30 years old. And let's see what he can do. Let's see what he's able to do next, because it seems to surprise me. Continues to surprise me so far. Mayfield throws, and tight window. Looking for Evans, and Evans looked like he had it for a second. But that was also a dangerous pass, because they, at some point, could have just, threw it to a defender, and it could have been taken the other way. And we'd all of a sudden have a huge momentum shift again. And there goes White, but unfortunately not going to go much of anywhere. And will be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 11. So again, at our own 18. With a 3rd down looming. Screen pass almost broken up, but does get still stopped by Joey Bosa. So the Chargers defense playing really well. Better than I thought they were going to. So that's one thing to take note of. Herbert again here. Gonna take the snap. Huge, another first down catch by Palmer for the first down. Yeah, the Chargers now here back on their next drive here. First down pass. Herbert throws down the field, and it's almost, oh, he got it. I thought he had it and dropped it. Nope, I think he had it. Huge first down catch made all the way down to the 18. So they're not going away quietly here. Not sure, again, what our secondary was doing, but like just leaving guys wide open. I do, by the way, have it set to a certain amount of plays for, like, with cooldowns and whatnot, so that might be the issue. I'm not exactly sure. There goes Herbert again to throw. Gets hit as he throws, but does get it out to Dobbins in time, and Dobbins will get a gain of 4. Herbert took a huge hit from the big man in the middle, Vita Vea. Another stud defensive player we have on the squad here. Throws short to Palmer, and Palmer's going to get hit by David, but still going to get the first. So 4 minutes left to play here, and the Chargers knocking on the door again here. Try and make it another one-score game here. And there goes another touchdown throw attempt, but going to be missed, and we're unfortunately going to have a timeout, injury timeout here. And does not look good. Looks like it's Yaya Diaby. Thankfully, he's only on the sideline, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. But Anthony Nelson, our outside linebacker, is going to step in for him. Herbert to throw, turns around. High pass, incomplete. Potentially intended for Ladd McConkey, but Jamel Dean in on the coverage. So motion Disley, the tight end. Herbert throwing, but this is going to get taken down a 4th time today. This time by the rookie out of Alabama, Chris Braswell. Rookie the Buccaneers drafted in the 2nd round of the 2024 draft. The Chargers going to elect for another field goal attempt from Cameron Dicker, and he does make it, so it makes it a 5-point game here late in the 4th. And my guess is to be probably try an onside kick. And they will not, because both teams have all 3 timeouts. That is obviously a fair point. So return by, looks like White. And White's going to get up to 30 before he's taken down, 31. So Baker Mayfield today, not bad. 24 for 36, could be a little better, but 270, 3 touchdowns. So pretty average work day if you're Baker Mayfield this season. Well, shot White up the middle, and that's going nowhere. They almost saw that coming a good solid 5 minutes before we actually called it. Got 5 guys in the line. Mayfield gonna motion O'Keefe. And not gonna get it off in time. I don't know what happened there. So a little bit of a delay of game issue, a little bit of miscommunication from Mayfield to the sideline, and only helps out the Chargers. And they'll replay the 2nd down, but 2nd and 15 now. Stops the clock as well. So Palmer going to motion. Mayfield going to take the snap, going to throw to Palmer. And Palmer's going to get up to the 30. So it gets about the yards back. It does get the yards back that we lost due to the penalty. And a little bit more. So just like that, we're hitting the 2-minute warning now in this game. 24-19. We got a very interesting one down to the wire here. 3rd and 9 for us. Mayfield going to play action. Throws middle of the field. Wide open. Complete to Sterling Shepard. His 7th catch of the day. And that could potentially have sealed this one up here. Chargers took their first time out. So a nice huge pass over the middle for Mayfield. And that could very well have allowed us to salt this game away with a victory we badly needed. Hand off to White, and White's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Chargers take their 2nd timeout. So 2nd and 12 here. Going to hand off again to White. Try and salt some clock away. And Chargers take their final timeout of the half. And a first down would end it, as we have all 3 timeouts still. Rashad White going to take the snap, and Mack's going to take him down. But the clock cannot be stopped by the Chargers. So the clock will continue to run, despite it being 4th down. So knocks off a good 30 seconds. But the Chargers have no timeouts left. We have all 3. And the punt will go out of the 17. Not a bad punt from our punter, which unfortunately is not Jake Camarda at this point. I say unfortunately because I still don't know why they cut him in real life, but they did. So it just kind of confuses me just from seeing Camarda in the past and whatnot. And almost a interesting play there, trying to find Disley, but knocked away and incomplete. Unfortunately, it does stop the clock. So the Chargers have a whole field to go in just under a minute. Herbert launches down the field and looking for Josh Palmer, but an excellent play made in coverage by Jamel Dean. So brings up 3rd down, 56 seconds left. Herbert to throw again. A little shorter and bobbled and incomplete, looking again, I think for either Johnston or somebody, but Jamel Dean, no, it was Josh Palmer again. And Jamel Dean again sat in coverage and almost intercepted that at the end of the game. See if he can do it this time. Herbert looking, throws, incomplete. Turnover on downs. Levante David and other defenders in the area again looking for Josh Palmer. And the Chargers, it was indeed Dean and David, just might have denied the Chargers a chance at a comeback and us the victory. And looks like, yeah, we will go into victory formation, getting a much needed win after our fluke loss, in my opinion at least, to the Vegas Raiders that we simmed last episode. So this will definitely be a much needed win, and yeah, feels good, man. Feels good. Okay, and after that game, it looks like we do have an upgrade, and it is an important one. It is an upgrade for Graham Barton, our rookie center out of Duke. We got 2 upgrade skill points for him, so I'm going to first put it on Agile, just because it's a part of our scheme. So that makes him now a 74 overall. So get some good upgrade points there, and then we'll put him on, you know what? Yeah, we'll put them both on Agile. Why not? Put them both on Agile. That should help his awareness, his acceleration. 75 overall, very solid pick, 1st round pick out of Duke. 19. He's already the 19th ranked center in the entire league based on his overall rating, which is pretty insane. I mean, there's probably other guys that are ranked this high as well because, 75 overall. But just goes to show you how hard it is to find a good offensive lineman and how, high of an overall a lot of them are, especially if a lot of them are younger or just not developing because they're, older or like regressing or whatever. So very solid pickup that, we made, or the Buccaneers made in real life. And hopefully he'll be a cornerstone, another cornerstone piece for this offensive line for years to come. Kind of similar to how Ryan Jensen, the Buccaneers' previous center, was for, since he first became a Buccaneer later in his career. So now after that upgrade to Graham Barton, we are now back on the home screen here. And like I said, that was a very much needed win. Obviously, like I said, the win against the Raiders last week, I'm not sure exactly still why that happened. And this one was very tight as well. But we are now sitting at 7-7. We're just a half a game. A game, I guess, technically still behind the Falcons. Hopefully, if all goes to plan, they will lose this week. And we will win next week, and they'll lose next week or something like that. And then we'll have to play for the division. Better yet, a playoff spot. So, but yeah, we're going to just, I'm going to briefly, first, before we move on, I will briefly take a look at the stats here with you guys from the game, from the Chargers game. So looking at the stats here, obviously we'll just look at our own here. Baker Mayfield having himself a very good game. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, very important. Took 3 sacks, unfortunately, but that's okay. 68% completion percentage, completing 38 or 26 for 38. So it could be a little higher, but obviously not bad. Rashad White and Mayfield were the 2 leading rushers. That's actually kind of funny. Didn't have a great game, at least from, I guess my standards, or just what I imagined he would do on the ground and whatnot, or at least how I like whenever I play with this in a different save. I usually like to run the ball a lot and whatnot. So this number seems low to me, and it technically is kind of low, but 42 yards is still not bad. It kind of sucks that Mayfield is the other leading rusher with 21. No touchdowns on the ground, unfortunately, but the Chargers run defense is just, I mean, it was tough, obviously. So that's kind of why that is that way. Now let's talk about in the receiving here. Sterling Shepard stepping up big, 136 yards, really, taking over Mike Evans' role, kind of, in a weird way. Well, I guess you could say either his or, honestly, Chris Godwin more so than Mike Evans. Mike Evans just didn't get open as much, 33 for 33. Whereas, Sterling Shepard was 736 and a touchdown. Palmer also had a touchdown. Auden had a touchdown, so all good from those guys. Rashad White even got a catch, or a few catches here and there, which is good. Offensive lineman stats are there. Defensively, we had total of 4 sacks. 1 from Yaya Diaby, 1 from Shoyinka, 1 from Braswell, so the rookie getting a sack is always good. And a half a sack, or a sack rather, shared between Vita Vea and Kalijah Cansey. With Cansey having 2 tackles for loss, Zion McCollum having 2 tackles for loss. No interceptions as well. So a very clean game from both sides, which is good. Yeah, I didn't actually realize that was kind of, no interceptions thrown on both sides. I thought Herbert threw one, but I guess I realize now he must not have. So, and obviously kicking, McLaughlin missed that field goal early in the game, so he's 1 for 2 on field goals, 3 for 3 on extra points, so still not bad. And then Trenton Gill's our punter. I still might change that back to Camarda because I like Camarda more. I'm not sure why, but but probably because I'm just used to it. And then Bucky Irving, obviously in the return, Palmer on the punt return, so Irvin's on the kick return. So yeah, that's the stats for us, and now I think we're about ready to head into the next game. So now here we have advanced to the next week against the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, remember the Cowboys lost to the Panthers that we saw at halftime of our game. So Cowboys are 5-9 at home. It's a Sunday night primetime game. We're actually in the current week we are in real life at this point, which is why I kind of want to do this today as I'm recording this, because I want to get it done. So that way we can kind of stay ahead of the current season a little bit and kind of get this thing rolling, like I said in the intro. So now the only thing is to reveal our standings to see where we're at. So my guess is that we're still not in the playoff picture. I could be wrong, but let's actually, you know what? Let's just take a look at the playoff picture just because we can see it. We can see it last time, obviously, but we can see it now. Let's see. Are we either? We wouldn't be in the division lead because the Falcons have the same record as us if they lost. But we would potentially be in the playoff picture had certain teams lost. Obviously the Commanders, but the Commanders didn't, so I don't think we are. But this is just to see if the Falcons lost or not. But I guess we'll just take a look at the playoff picture anyways. So yeah, obviously we're not in. Atlanta is still leading the division, and whatnot. But the Bills, let's say, so it'll be currently it's Chiefs, Bills, Chargers. So really it didn't change. And this is how it is in real life as well. Only I think in real life now the Chargers, as I'm recording this is after the Chargers played the Broncos, so the Broncos lost, so the Broncos are now the 7th seed. But it's the same teams, and similar to the AFC or NFC side as well, with the Lions as the 1 seed, which still feels weird to say, but almost feels right at the same time. And then obviously the Cardinals. The Cardinals lead in the West. That's new. Mostly because in real life the Rams are currently leading the West as a 4 seed, but and obviously the Buccaneers are as well. So I guess that's different than here. But Yeah, Eagles, Commanders as of right now, Cardinals, Packers, and Falcons and Vikings are the current scheduled wild card rounds. Let us find out if Atlanta lost or not. So my guess is they didn't, but let's check. And they did not. So we are still sitting as the 8th seed. The Commanders are still the 7th seed. So essentially we got to win out. We got to win out. Atlanta has to lose at least 1 to maybe 2 games. Yeah, this is going to be tough. Like, we're going to play this game. We got to win. So the plan is going to be to watch this game as well against the Cowboys, and then essentially, hope that Atlanta loses, because if Atlanta doesn't lose soon, we could potentially see, the division, really we got to, well, honestly, either way, we need to make the playoffs. It's just a fact of, will we, make the playoffs? Will we not make the playoffs? Because it would suck to miss the playoffs entirely, but to win a division would be even better. So I think, honestly, let's just hope for the Commanders losing at this point, but also just the Falcons as well, because the Falcons losing would be also just, it'd be funny, but it'd also just be helpful, just in general. So, but yeah. So that said, let's jump right into this second game here shortly. I'm going to do this weekly strategy. I'm going to cut ahead until this next game just so we can get this going here. So I won't bore you guys to death with another sequence of me doing weekly strategy. Not that you guys don't like it. I just, again, want to get this thing moving. I don't want to sim this game because of what happened with the Vegas Raiders. So we're just going to watch it against the Cowboys. Plus, it's the Cowboys. Might want to watch the game, right? Plus, it's a primetime game. So I feel like it would be fun to watch anyways. So that said, I'm going to complete this weekly strategy, and I will see you guys when we are in the next game. So see you guys in a sec. Alrighty, so now we're here in good old Arlington, Texas, in the AT&T Stadium. I said that backwards. But we're here on a wonderful Sunday night here in Dallas, and go Mike McCarthy and Dallas Cowboys. Gonna be taking them on, and again, trying to get a much needed win to try and keep on pace with the Falcons, to try and take back the division, and just in general, they're trying to secure a playoff spot. So here first, we'll see the Dallas Cowboys offense led not by Dak Prescott, but by Cooper Rush. So again, this should be, we'll see how this goes, just because obviously it's Madden and the overalls do matter. So based on how the quarterback is, he's a 69 overall, I believe. It's not very highly rated, but we'll see. We'll just see what happens. So here goes Rush's first throw, and it will be complete to, I believe, Jake Ferguson. That is Jake Ferguson. Last week, look at his stats there. Doesn't necessarily matter for this franchise, but yeah. So the Cowboys, still got CeeDee Lamb. You see there up the top of the screen, but I got, I believe, Zeke or somebody in the backfield. Not sure who this is. Handoff up the middle, and it might be Rico Dowell or one of those guys. They for sure have Zeke, I think. I believe they still do. Here goes Rush again to throw to Ferguson, and Ferguson will have a first down if he spins off a tackle. So this, I guess, is a true test of how good our secondary is, as Rush is not the highest rated quarterback in the world, and he's got weapons to make him look like he's, a high rated quarterback, but he might be good, he might not be. I haven't seen him play, so up until now, but yeah, it should be a fun one, obviously, this game, but as I also said, we need to win this one. So here goes Rush. Throw the ball over the middle to CeeDee Lamb. There he is. Star wideout from the 2020 draft, I believe. Same draft class, I believe, as Justin Jefferson, and who else was in that one? Justin Herbert, among other guys as well. There's Zeke with the carry. Ezekiel Elliott coming here from the grave, essentially. I say that a lot of people joke about it. He's older. His rookie season was in 2016, so he's been playing for a pretty long time at this point. Play action pass for Rush, but Rush will go down thanks to Joe Tryon Shoyinka. Once again, sacked now in back-to-back games that we've seen. Obviously, he has more than that on the season, but we've for sure seen him get the first sack as well, by the way. The first sack of the game in back-to-back weeks. There goes Rico Dowdle, I believe, and that is Rico Dowdle. Dowdle? I don't know how to pronounce that. If any Cowboys fans know, they can let me know. But don't know why Cowboys fans will watch this video anyways. Here goes Rush again to throw, and he can't get it off. Almost takes the sack from Cansey. Kalijah Cansey got up there right in his face and almost, took the sack, excuse me. And that'll cause a 4th down too. I wasn't paying attention. So kicker is Brandon Aubrey. He's a star kicker now in the league after playing well. And now the Cowboys will lead 3-0. So almost deja vu from last week so far. Defense lets up 3 points, decent amount of yards. So see if we can not fall victim to another trap game like we did against the Raiders. As like I said, this one is definitely a must-win. We're coming out here for our first drive of the game. Mayfield in the backfield with Rachaad White. Gonna motion Sterling Shepard with a big game last week. So gonna look to throw Mayfield up the middle for Palmer. And Palmer's gonna have a 1st down. Obviously after a gain of I think 12. And now this Cowboys defense still got Trayvon Diggs out there, looks like. Still got Micah Parsons out there, among other players. So got to be careful with this defense here. Mayfield going to look to throw. Lobs it up for Palmer, and Palmer's got it on the sideline out at the 38 of the Cowboys side of the field. And that was, I believe, Deron Bland in coverage. And Palmer beats him and is able to get out of bounds, or does go out of bounds. Not able to get upfield, sadly, for more yardage, but gets a huge gain nonetheless. So Mike Evans now going to move in up to the right side of the field here. Mayfield going to look to throw, gets it out to Otten. And Cade Otten will have a nice gain of 3 yards. There's his stat line, obviously, from what we remember from the last game. 54 yards and a touchdown. See if he can build on that performance or match it. Anything would honestly work. At this point, speaking of Otten, there he goes, moving. Confuse the defense here. Rachaad White up the middle, and a huge hit up the middle. Rachaad White taken down. And there are some notable injuries for the Cowboys. So DeMarcus Lawrence is not playing this week. Obviously, Prescott's been out for a lot of weeks and will be out for the rest of the year. But DeMarcus Lawrence, huge loss for that front seven. There goes Mayfield to throw. A low catch, but is caught by Jalen McMillan, rookie wide receiver out of Washington. So the same college as as Cade Otten. They might have even been teammates at one point. Here goes Mayfield. Throws cross body, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons, of all players. And unfortunately, just a little bit of a bad read by Baker Mayfield. And that is his 12th interception on the season. Really can't have those at this point in the year. Looking for Cade Otten. I'm not sure why he threw it so soon. He had time. Could have rolled out a little further outside the pocket, but that'll give Rush in the offense another chance here. Here's the reception leaders for receivers, because it's the most random stat to show. But CeeDee Lamb, despite having Rush as his quarterback now, is still putting up decent numbers. Here goes Rush. And he's going to be taken down. Shoyinka getting there a second time in a matter of minutes. In game minutes, at least. And, yeah, I mean, you know, you have one takeaway from us to Parsons, and now Cowboys find themselves further back thanks to the sack given up by their offensive line. That's seen better days for sure. And here goes Rush again. Hand off to Zeke. Excuse me, Zeke gonna get taken down finally by David. Good old Levante David. I think might have been another player out there as well. Couldn't quite see who it was from up here. But now 3rd and 19 here. Rush gonna throw, gets it out to one of his receivers, and it's just taken down by one of our corners on the secondary. Again, I should know all these players' names eventually, but for this first year, we're gonna have to deal with me not knowing who's who for a little bit. And there goes a nice return taken in by, I believe that's Bucky Irving. It is. And there comes out our offense again after the mistake by Baker Mayfield last time out, throwing an interception to Micah Parsons. But thankfully the Cowboys weren't able to take advantage of it, as we were able to take down Cooper Rush a couple times. Here goes a handoff to White. Nice blocks on the outside, and he gets the outside, bounces off a man before crossing the first down marker. Brings up a first down at the 39. So Mayfield again here in the backfield. Motions Otten. Gonna play action pass. Lobs it downfield, wide open, Sterling Shepard. Another huge first down for the former Oklahoma Sooner. And I guess also New York Giant as well. And another nice pass made there again by Mayfield. Finding Shepard there in the corner. So we're already inside the red zone here once again. Mayfield looking. Can't find anybody. Throws around. There's Rachaad White. And White will have just almost a first down and gets down to the 4. Brings up 2nd and inches. Mayfield again to throw. End zone. Touchdown. Tampa Bay. It's Mike Evans. Big Mike with another touchdown pass. Didn't see a whole lot of action in the last game against the Chargers, but is now here and is making plays here for the team. Has another touchdown pass from Baker Mayfield that puts us in the lead over the Cowboys, 7-3. And here goes a return from the Cowboys. It's going, and he's gonna just be stopped short of the goal line almost at the 3. What a return! I was just not paying attention here because I usually just skip these, but wow. Nice return, puts the Cowboys in great scoring position, unfortunately for us. So at the 3-yard line, just like that, the Cowboys looking to score. Handoff to Dowell, and he's going to get nothing. Stuffed at the 3. Levante David there to make the stop. 9 seconds left here in the first. Will the Cowboys put anything on the board? And Rush is going to go down. Levante David stepping up and blitzing from his middle linebacker, in the middle of the field, and taking down Cooper Rush. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's pretty action-packed, honestly, for the most part here. The Micah Parsons interception, the several sacks that Cooper Rush has taken from Joshua and Shoyinka, and now Cowboys knocking on the door here to try and take back the lead. See if they can do it after a huge loss right before the start of this quarter. Rush to throw. End zone, and incomplete, overthrows everybody in the area. Jamel Dean getting into it with Cowboys receiver. And 4th and goal here for the Cowboys. They'll just take the field goal here attempt from Brandon Aubrey. Should be a chip shot. And it is a chip shot, but there's a flag down on the field. And it's going to be roughing the kicker by Tyrek Funderburk, the undrafted rookie. or undrafted, yeah, undrafted rookie free agent. And that's going to be an automatic first down at the 5. Sure, you can tell the disappointment in my voice after getting that penalty. Here goes CeeDee Lamb for the catch, and he's going to be short of the goal line. I mean, it looked like we literally just shot ourselves in the foot with that one. It is one of the worst penalties to get. Here goes a handoff to Zeke and Ezekiel Elliott in his 20, whatever, how old he is, years of age, will score a touchdown for Dallas, putting them back in the lead. So now the Cowboys have taken back the lead, and we step outside onto the field again here for our next drive. Try and answer back. Mayfield, play action pass, throws to O'Keefe, tight end out of Minnesota, U of M. And yeah, nice 7-yard gain there. Sorry, I sound a little, depressed / annoyed or whatever, but that penalty is just the worst sometimes. Mayfield looking downfield for Mike Evans, and he's got him inside, just on the other side of midfield at the 46. Evans on a comeback route, from the looks of it at least. And he was. Mayfield stepping up in the pocket and just letting her rip. If we can use that play against this defense and just get Evans open, and honestly just not make any mistakes, we'll be in good shape here. Mayfield gets hit as he throws, but finds Trey Palmer for another first down. Nearly getting taken down from behind as well, and so that's what we call throwing out of a sack. So now 3 guys out to the left. Gonna motion Sterling Shepard to the left, so is there to the right. Mayfield throws upfield for Trey Palmer again. And this time he has a first down. Gets up to the 15. And yeah, Eric Kendricks in the middle there as well. It's one player I do recognize that did sign with the Cowboys this past offseason. Former Minnesota Viking. Mayfield looking to throw, middle of the field, wide open, Rachaad White. And he gets it up to the first, does hit the 5-yard line, so they did call it a first down. It looked like he was just short from this angle, but must have got it. Mayfield looking end zone, throws to O'Keefe again. And unfortunately unable to make the connection. Or makes the connection, unable to get into the end zone. Now we got I formation here. White in the backfield. Toss it off to White. And White's going to shake off one tackle, but can't shake off another. And multiple Cowboys defenders in there to stop that attempt of a touchdown from White. White in the backfield again, getting a little tired. Mayfield looking to the end zone, throws, Sterling Shepard, touchdown. Sterling Shepard with another touchdown pass in back-to-back games. And we have now, just like that, taken back the lead. After the Cowboys got a huge play on the special teams to get into the scoring range, and we hit their kicker on accident, allowing them to score a touchdown of their own. So now we got ourselves another touchdown to take the lead. 14-10. So the Cowboys now here with their second drive of the game. Cooper Rush going to throw and finds man upfield. That's Jake Ferguson again. Tight end with the catch for 8 yards. Defense looking to make another stop here. Handoff to Dowdle. And he's going to be stuffed. Loss of 2 yards, and that's Yaya Diaby once again. Yeah, Yaya Diaby, a very solid pick from Jason Light a couple years ago. And there goes a fumble. Forced fumble from, I couldn't think of the name. Recovered by Kalijah Cansey. And that's taken almost back for a touchdown, but he'll be knocked down short. So we're in perfect scoring range. That all happened so fast. It was Diaby who forced the fumble, and it was Cansey who came from behind and picked it up. Fortunately got touched before he could get up to run it for a score, but what a play by our defense. Puts us inside the 20-yard line, just inside about in the red zone. Mayfield going to hand off to White up the middle. Shakes off one tackle, but gets stopped by Parsons. As Parsons is a very big just playmaker and cornerstone player for this Cowboys roster. And here goes Steph Shepard in motion. Mayfield looking to throw upfield for Palmer. Or not Palmer, Shepard, excuse me. And so he goes back to Shepard after putting him in motion. Brings up 1st and goal at the 6. Well, there's 3.5 minutes to play here. Mayfield looking to throw. Mike Evans. It's knocked away. Knocked away incomplete by Demarion Overshone. Young middle linebacker for the Cowboys. Mayfield again looking to throw potentially. Here we go. Steps up in the pocket. Runs it in himself for the touchdown. Nice use of his legs. And is able to get in the end zone. Does a little dance to celebrate with his former college teammate. And that's the one thing you got to watch out for with Baker Mayfield. He may not be no Josh Allen, no Lamar Jackson. But he can definitely run as well as pass. So you got to make sure you're ready for whatever he does. And McLaughlin will get a kickoff there, and that'll mean we extend our lead 21-10 here just before halftime. Or right before 2 in the morning too, actually. We still haven't hit that yet. The Cooper rush here and the Dallas offense back on the field. Trying to set things right here. Nice catch to CeeDee Lamb. Taken down by Jordan Whitehead and Devontae David. So nice 2nd and 1 here coming up. Rush to throw. Gets bull rushed, and there goes he goes down again. This time Logan Hall coming in from his edge defensive end spot to take down Rush for the 5th time tonight. And Cooper Rush now in desperation mode, almost 3rd and 9 here, just before the 2-minute warning. Play action. Rush to throw downfield. Knocked away. Batted up in the air. Almost intercepted. But incomplete regardless. And that'll be another 3 and out for Dallas right before the 2-minute warning hits. So now we come out here just under 2 minutes left to play in the half. Mayfield throwing complete to Shepard. Eric Kendricks in there to tackle him. Stop him from any further progress. But Shepard, nonetheless, able to make the catch and gain 4 yards out of it. So a nice wide formation here again. Mayfield throws upfield, and it's intercepted again. This time by Trayvon Diggs. I see what he was doing, but I don't know if I would have thrown it again to Mike Evans. A 2nd time Mayfield's been intercepted tonight. As he's looking again for Mike Evans, and Evans just stood there, and Diggs made the play, stepped in front of him. I don't think Mayfield saw it coming. Otherwise, I don't think he would have, thrown the ball. Here goes Rush again then now. Throwing, looking, gets pressure from behind. Taken down finally after a gain of 7 by Diaby. And Cowboys now clock winding down quick here. Under a minute left to play in the half. Rush being bull rushed, and he's going to hit his tight end, I believe, again. So far being Mr. Reliable for him. David there in the coverage, but a gain of enough for a 1st and goal from the 9. Rush again to throw. Throws in the middle of the field. That's caught by the tight end for the touchdown. So that is, I forget his name already, Jake Ferguson with the touchdown catch. As you see there, just couldn't get to rush again, and unfortunately our corners, like I said, are young. So a little bit slow on getting to the tight end there. As Jake Ferguson seems to be a faster tight end than most. So out comes Baker again here. Here's his stat line for the night. Only missed 3 passes all night, and he's got 2 interceptions. 2 of those missed passes are interceptions. That's insane. Here goes Mayfield again. Screen pass to White. And White's going to have it for the first down just after a second effort. Gets out of bounds. Don't know if that stops the clock or not. And it does, so he did get out of bounds. So I'm going to try and recover from that interception last drive. Getting bull rushed. Runs out. He's just going to take off for it. And going to push himself forward and not lose the ball either. Nice strong run there by Mayfield. All the way past midfield as well. So we're trying to set up another score potentially before half. Mayfield again. Outrunning Micah Parsons. Going to take off. Has space in front of him. Going to go down by Micah Parsons. 9 seconds left in the half. And at the 16. Or all the way down to the 16-yard line. So, yeah, Micah Parsons, I mean, as you can see, he's chasing him down. He's fast. And Mayfield just refusing to give up and able to get down before anything else happened. So now trying to get to the end zone one last time potentially, but more than likely a field goal here with 1 timeout left. Rashad White in the backfield. Mayfield throws in and upfield to Palmer, but there's a flag down in the field. Let's see what this is. And it's going to be a holding on the offense. And that's going to be Cody Mauk, second-year player out of NDSU. So we will elect to take the field goal instead, which is fine. It's a decent range, but McLaughlin should have this. We're indoors. And he does, and that'll run out the clock for the first half. So we are currently leading the Cowboys by a touchdown, 24-17 at the half. So now we start off the third quarter here with the ball, and after looking at the halftime scores, we see that the Falcons have indeed lost, which means this game matters still, but it also means that we're one step closer, pending we win this game. We have a better shot to control the division, or to take back the division. Here goes White up the middle for a nice gain of short gain of a couple, and got a first down there as well. But yeah, no, that is huge for us. Palmer going to move inside, and Mayfield going to look to throw. Pressured outside, dumps it off to White. Smart play. Gets it up to the 49. 2nd and 1. Coming up here. There goes Mayfield. Looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Going to take off. Going to slide. Smart playing there by Mayfield. Knowing when to go down. The very veteran move. Veteran style move. Excuse me. So 1st and 10 now at the 43. Doing very well in this first drive after half. Going to motion Otten. Going to hand off to White. Has a hole. Shakes off one tackle. And gets the first down and then some before being taken down a second time. So a huge play made there by Rashad White. Able to get us inside the 30 of the Cowboys. Mayfield again to White. Another hole. Gets hit, but does not fall. And still stays on his feet and gets up to the 19, so inside the 20. Just under 7 minutes left to play in the third already. White again with the handoff. Up the middle, and he does get a first down as well. Not sure where Bucky Irving is, to be honest. I might have the depth chart screwed up, but maybe it's the plays that they're choosing. I have no idea, because Bucky Irving should be the third down back. Or at least, better yet, he's the second string. He doesn't probably come in that often, but he should. White again. I believe. Unless some of the times this is Bucky Irving, because they kind of do look similar from a distance, I guess. And it might be. Here goes Rashad again. This is actually Rashad White. Up to the 12-yard line. Cowboys defense letting up a little bit here. There's Rashad White. So it's Rashad White in the backfield currently. Mayfield looks to throw. End zone. Oh, just overthrowing Mike Evans. He had him as well. Diggs is in the coverage, but Big Mike just a little overthrown. And that'll force us to use another field goal attempt here from McLaughlin, who should have it no problem. And he does. But yeah, no, this is insane. So the Cowboys just had another 3-and-out drive. Excuse me. And Mayfield now going to hand off to White. No play, fake handoff. Going to step up. Going to run. Slides. Gets hit, but obviously no penalty because Madden does not have that penalty, I believe, in the game for a late hit. It would be one in real life for sure. But Mayfield now going to, this time actually going to hand off to White, who pushes over 2 guys. My goodness. And gets up past the first down marker, and then was helped up by 28 on the Cowboys, but then gets into it with them for a little bit, or for a moment there. And here goes Rashad again up the middle, and he's going to get down to the 40-yard line after a gain of 3. Just over 3 minutes left to play here, roughly, in the third. And Mayfield up the middle. That's caught by Rashad White for the first down. So we're being very efficient so far, at least on offense on this drive here. Trying to expand our lead late in the third. Mayfield throws upfield for Palmer. And Trey Palmer has himself another catch. And another 7-yard gain. So now Mayfield going to have a nice bunched look here. With a run up the middle, but they're ready for it. And it'll be pushed back a yard to the 48. The Cowboys defense trying to play smart here. Trying to not give up any yards and trying to be ready for whatever we put in front of them. Mayfield again to throw, but he's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to slide as well. Another good veteran move by Baker Mayfield. He's been playing in this league long enough, knows the things that work, what doesn't work, and that's obviously a nice thing about having him as our man under center. There goes Sterling Shepard, moving, throws it to Sterling Shepard, and gets up to the 31. It's a little bit of short pass game we're going here, which is a good thing to put in every now and then when you're in one of these situations. Here goes Rashad, but he can't. White, but he can't get anywhere. I should almost say their full name before I, because most of the time you know them by their full name or their last name, not their first one, but it's okay. Mayfield with White in the backfield again. And that'll be the end of the third of this game, which has so far been been pretty actually exciting for the most part. I mean, we got a lot of defensive action on both sides. A couple of interceptions thrown by Mayfield, unfortunately. But to counter that, we got a ton of our pass rush is alive and well. Might help with the fact that our quarterback is a low overall in the game. But, hey, a win is a win. I'll take anything as a win. There goes Mayfield to toss out the White. Can't quite shake off the tackler, and he's going to be stopped 4th and 5 at the 33. So unfortunately, White's not going to be able to push for a first. Almost couldn't see the ball coming either. So what do we choose to do here? It looks like we're going to go for a field goal attempt as well. This is a little longer, or about as long as it was the last time we attempted for McLaughlin. And he will get it. So our lead now expands to 13. So almost, well, Not almost. 2-score game here at the start of the fourth quarter. And yes, I said the start because if you're joining us late, I have the quarter set to 10 minutes apiece. So I would do 15 or maybe even 12, but that would also lengthen these videos as well, which I guess is fine. But I think for now we're just going to stick with 10 just because that seems nice. So, but if you have any suggestions for you guys watching, or if you guys watching have any suggestions as Zeke drops the pass there, let me know in the comment section down below. And I will definitely make sure to get back to you because I usually read those. Or most of them at least, and respond to most of them. There goes Cooper Rush with a screen pass to Rico Dowell this time. Gets a little further than Zeke. Obviously makes the catch, but there's the Buccaneers defense today. Total yards allowed 60, which is very good considering our season rank is 27. So very good playing defensively wise in the pass yard department. I wish it was this way in real life, but we'll see that. And there goes a pass made, completed by I forget this receiver's name every time. I can't see his name, play it. But nice first down there made by Cooper Rush right after I was complimenting our defense for not allowing more than 60 yards. So add a little bit more on there, and our coaching adjustment just switched. So we got that going for us. So here goes Rush again to throw, getting pressured, stays up in the pocket. Another catch made in the middle of the field. I wish it would say, it used to say who they were in older Maddens or previous Madden games, but for some reason isn't doing so. I'm not sure why. Handoff to Zeke, and Zeke's going to go nowhere. In fact, I think he lost a yard as well. Going back to the 49. So the Cowboys now moving more and more down the field here on their next drive, trying to respond to us. Throws up field for CeeDee Lamb, and he will have himself another Cowboys first down. So here goes Cooper Rush. Handoff to Dowell, and Dowell's going to go nowhere, getting only a yard. And the rushing defense only allowing 38 yards, and the season rank is 18. So pretty decent, all right, in the running defense department side of things. So here goes Rush again, looking to throw, has a lot of time, and misses the pass. A lot of red jerseys, it seems like, in the area, so it's good that we have our red jerseys on in the away game, it seems like. There goes Rush again. Throws it out, gets it out in time. Gets it to number 1. That's Jalen Tolbert, that's his name. That's that receiver's name, at least. It does bring up 1st and goal, though, so Cowboys not going away quietly. Just like the Chargers. So the Cowboys now from the 10. 1st and goal. Throws up field for CeeDee Lamb, and he does have a touchdown. Just barely getting across the pylon. And that'll be the Cowboys getting a little closer. But yeah, we obviously, you can see here, it just beat our corner there in the, I believe it's either Bryce Hall or somebody. I forget who it is. But yeah, they get another touchdown score and make it within a 1-score game now. Just like that, 24-30. So that play took a lot of time off the clock. 5 minutes roughly left to play in the 4th. And we will return it from inside the 5. And nice huge return. Gets up to the 32, roughly where it would have been if it was just taking a knee in the end zone, which it wouldn't have been able to. But here's Baker Mayfield again, only missing 4 passes, 2 of those being interceptions to this point. Very good game so far from him. So another 1st and 10, like I said. 5 minutes roughly left to play. Mayfield play action pass. Or, yeah, throws to Otten. Gets a nice 7-yard gain. I think we're going to, start to chew clock here. Down to 4.5 minutes left. Mayfield throws complete to Otten. for another first down. Cowboys still have all 3 timeouts, obviously, as do we. So we'll see how this one ends, or see how this all plays out here. Mayfield looking to throw. Has nobody. Gets hit from behind almost and tries to find Evans, I think. He gets pushed out of bounds and incomplete. So 2nd and 10 now from the 43. Mayfield handoff up the middle to Rachaad White, who gets 3 yards. Still brings up 3rd and 7. So Mayfield with Rachaad again in the backfield. Throws, dumps it off to Sterling Shepard, and Shepard will get a first down. So another great, so far at least, drive from our offense here. Able to move down the field with relative ease. Mayfield going to step back a little bit here, trying to pull some audibles potentially. White in the backfield, 3 seconds. Mayfield going to hand off up the middle, and White will almost have a hole for a first, but not quite. Taken down by Eric Kendricks. Yeah, we are chewing this clock up here, not trying to allow Dallas to have another shot to tie this up or to get the lead back. White outside, and he'll have a first down right at the 2-minute warning here in this game. Again, another much-needed win for our squad that we need here. Mayfield again, handoff to White. Outside, and he'll be taken down, but and with that, the Cowboys will take their first time out of the half. So overall, pretty good game, all things considered. A couple of turnovers in there, a couple mistakes, but nothing that we can't look past here, as White will just be taken down, loss of 1. And, but yeah, I mean, there's been a couple mistakes here and there, but nothing too major. I mean, we're just trying to hold on here. See if we can do it. Motion Palmer inside. It's man coverage. Mayfield. Throws complete to White, and White will score. And with that, we may have just put a nail in Dallas's coffin and win our 8th game of the year, or of the season. With a touchdown pass to Rachaad White there, with Mike Evans with an incredible block on Trayvon Diggs, and able to get in for the touchdown. And it looks like here we're going to go for 2 to try and make this a insurmountable lead, or overcome from the Cowboys' perspective. And Rachaad will get the 2-point conversion. Looked like he was stuffed there at first, but they gave it to him anyways. So just like that, we might have ourselves another winner here, but nothing's for certain in the NFL, because that's what I've learned. No game is over until it's over. The Cowboys now on their next drive, going to go no huddle. I missed the first play, but that's okay. Rush going to look to throw, getting pressured. Throws to Lamb on the outside, and he's going to get a nice 4-yard gain, but again, they have to go no huddle. They have 1 timeout remaining, and down by 10 at least, or down by 14. There goes Ferguson with the first down. 42 seconds, and 38 seconds left for Rush. Throws upfield and caught, and their timeout will be taken, so they have no more remaining after this. So Rush will snap it. Being held. Can't see, but he still gets to him for the sack. And 12 seconds remain now for Rush. Probably a last attempt here. Throws upfield to Lamb. And Lamb will finally be taken down, but not enough time. Zeros hit the clock. And we will win our 8th game of the year. 38-24, taking down the Cowboys, putting us in a much better spot with Atlanta's loss earlier in this, today in this game. Alrighty, and now that we are out of that game, let's very quickly go look at the stat line because I'm very curious to see how it is. So we'll look at our stats, obviously. So Mayfield, like I said, had those 2 ugly interceptions. Didn't take a sack, however, so our offensive line did really well in this game. 3 touchdown passes to add on to that. So over 100 quarterback rating is fine in my book. Looking at rushing stats, so Baker Mayfield was actually the leading rusher for this game, which I would say is unfortunate. However, it really helped us win the game, so I'm not mad at all on that. Bucky Irving had 1 yard, it looked like, so he did come in for the game at some point. But Rachaad White still getting the bulk of the carries with 69 yards and after 18 carries. No touchdowns, sadly. And then we move on to receiving, and looks like Trey Palmer got the most yards, but the most catches goes to Rachaad White. So White, at least being active in the receiving, was helpful. Mike Evans only getting 24 yards again, so not very many yards, but still having a touchdown. So I don't know if he's going to even get his 1,000-yard season at this rate because he's not like getting a lot of yards, a lot of catches. Not that it really matters, but like that's just something that I kind of wanted to also continue as well if I could. So I might go check that out after this episode is over. Just kind of see if it's still possible for him to do so. If there's a way I can get him more. I think it's honestly because he's not the slot receiver. I think that's Shepard. So, which means that was Chris Godwin's role. So, which is why that's getting a lot of reps and a lot of like catches and whatnot. So I might switch that just to see what happens. But I'll determine that after the episode. So, but yeah, obviously you can see here we got Cokeep getting a little bit of action. Jalen McMillan getting a catch, which is good. Trey Palmer, like I said, is the top there. No sacks allowed, which is great. Defense, this is where we really came alive. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka getting 2 sacks. David getting 1. Diaby getting 1. Hall getting 1. And Cansey also getting 1 as well. Tackles for losses being led, obviously, by Shoyinka, Diaby, and Hall. And then even a forced fumble by Diaby, which was then recovered by Cansey for almost a touchdown, but not quite. And obviously, sadly, no interceptions as well. Again, I should say, from our secondary. We had a couple close calls, but not, sadly, enough for us to get anything. So that is unfortunate, but that's just kind of sometimes how it works. McLaughlin did not miss a field goal this time. He's all perfect here. Trent Gill didn't do a whole lot. Did we punt at all? We did not punt at all that game. That is crazy. So if we went for it on 4th down, we got it. Or if we didn't, if we went for it on 4th down, we didn't get it. Or if we never got to 4th down. That is crazy. Trent Gill has no stats here. We did not punt the game at all. That I call that a win as well. I know we won the game, but that's another big win. And then moving on to the kick return stats, we got Tavir Thomas. I forgot we still had him. Taking in reps, it looks like, for somebody. Who's supposed to be here? I'm not even sure. Somebody is, but I can't think of who it is at the moment. So, but yeah, Tavir Thomas there on the return. Bucky Irving on the other return. So yeah, that's all good there. And then obviously, as you can see, that's basically it. So I think the last thing we're going to do here before we end this episode is we're going to advance the week to next week to confirm the Falcons actually did lose, and I was reading that right. We are 8-7. Panthers are 5-10. We, I believe, have 2 home games back to back now against the Panthers and the Saints. And let's take a look at this playoff picture, see if it's shaken up a little bit. And yes, we are now the 7th seed going into this week. Falcons are still leading the division, obviously, because, that just means that we still have a similar record to them. Nothing really has changed on the AFC side, except it looks like the Chargers and the Broncos fell out. Or no, the Broncos went up. Okay. The Chargers fell out entirely, and the Bengals are now in currently. That's shocking, especially based off real life, because I don't think the Bengals will make it in real life currently as of the recording of this video. Yeah, we got a rivalry here with the Steelers and the Ravens, which should be fun. The Houston Texans and Broncos. Bills, Bengals should be a good one. And then over here on the NFC side, we got the Packers moving up. The Vikings moving down, unfortunately. So it looks like they lost against the Packers last week. And we are now scheduled to face the Eagles, which is scary, in the wild card. So, but yeah, that is exciting. That means that Washington, unfortunately, fell out. But let's look at the standings a little more closely here. So as you can see, yeah, so we are tied now with Atlanta. And it looks like the Washington Commanders are also 8-7, so we must have a tiebreaker over them in something. Because yeah, the Rams are also 8-7, so this is a tight race for the last spot in the playoffs. So yeah, these games matter. So if we, and both the Saints and Panthers are essentially out. So if they are out. So if we can win against the Panthers and against the Saints. Now actually this will be really interesting. So who are the Falcons facing this coming week? The Falcons are facing the Commanders. So if the Commanders can win, yes, that would suck because that would knock us out, right? But hear me out on this. So they would, well, follow along on this with me. So they would knock out they would take the Falcons out, 8-8. We would, if we beat the Panthers, we move them at 9-7. We move back into first place in the NFC South for the week. Then all we'd have to do is we just have to win, I think, again, and the Falcons would have to lose again. And then we would control the NFC South and we would make the playoffs. That being said, this could all turn on its head in a short amount of time as well, pending what happens this week. And for our sake, next video. So yeah, I know we're in such a really interesting spot now. We're a much better spot than we were last time I left us off, but this has been a very long recording. It's actually currently, the video timestamp is at over 2 hours. So it's going to take a little bit to edit as well to get down to under whatever it is, an hour, maybe less than that. There was obviously a couple times where I took a break, or not a break, but I just didn't talk for a while because I was doing the mini games, doing the training, or I was waiting for plays to go by and whatnot. So that'll take a little while to edit. Hopefully I get this out before Christmas. I should get it out before Christmas. I take that back. But yeah, so that being said, that is all I have for this episode here of the Buccaneers franchise. If you guys are enjoying, feel free to leave a like in the down below, as well as comment any suggestions you have for what you want me to do in this series, who you want me to maybe, I don't know, trade for, trade away, whatever, how you want me to develop this team. Give me a little bit, maybe some tips if you have any. I'm still relatively new to Madden, not noobish at all. I've been playing it for a couple of years now, but if there's still something I don't know that you see or whatever, just honestly, any feedback is appreciated, as I'm trying to grow this channel, this gaming channel once again. And I know that anytime you guys interact with the videos, it does go a long ways and does help me out a ton. But yeah, with that said, that is going to be it from me for this episode of Buccaneers Franchise. And I will see you all in the next, excuse me. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.